I'm Sean Rose. I've represented my country at 2 Paralympics and won a string of other medals too. But I wasn't always on 4 wheels. I started my working life in the RAF. I was a physical training instructor with everything ahead of me until my skiing accident. I just remember I came over the brow of this hill and I hit some wet snow and it stopped my feet dead and I was thrown over the front of my skis and I went in sort of head first like a javelin. I came up onto my elbows and I looked down and yeah, I couldn't feel my legs, couldn't move them, and taken to hospital, x-rayed. And I remember the doctor came over with this x-ray and he says, look, you don't need to be a doctor to see that's broken. I crushed a vertebrae, causing spinal cord damage, leaving me paralysed. The day after my accident, the doctor came in, he asked me if I had any questions, and I just said, can I have a pen and paper? And I started to write a list of sports I thought I could still do. It became a bucket list and I just started to tick them off, and that became my rehabilitation to get back into sport. And I soon found out skiing was still very much an option. This is Snow Zone in Milton Keynes. I trained here for the 2006 and 2010 Paralympics. So it was about a year after my accident. I was doing some research and I found a charity called the Backup Trust, organised a trip skiing. A little bit apprehensive to start with. I was going to be in this disabled equipment, didn't know how it was going to go, but I made 2 or 3 turns and all I wanted to do was just make this thing go faster. But I needed support from some teammates. Dave Chugg, manager of the British Disabled Ski Team, recognised this and took me on board.
We needed development of young skiers and we need to get the next generation along.
Yeah. I was so focused on what I was doing, I just wanted to get better all the time, but I wasn't prepared for having the sports psychologist there to put me back in that right frame of mind, and that's where a lot of the backroom staff came into play.
I look back on them as certainly, one of the most exciting periods in my life, and I'm just amazed at what you've gone on to do since.
Now I'm a double Winter Paralympian, a World Cup gold medalist for downhill skiing, and a world champion water skier. But it doesn't stop there. Life's all about new challenges, and for me, this year I've just come back from snow kiting across the largest glacier in Europe, so there's always got to be something. Today, I'm at the birthplace of the Paralympics, where the use of sports in rehabilitation began, Stoke Mandeville. I'm here to give a life lecture about the role sport can play in giving patients a renewed sense of direction and purpose. But first, I'm meeting Mandy. Just like me nearly 20 years ago, she's undergoing treatment for a spinal cord injury, and for her that includes basketball.
I come from Hastings, and to come here to Centre of Excellence to treat my injury was just like, I had to do it.
And you're using the power of sport to rehabilitate yourself.
Absolutely,
yeah? Get back into
absolutely. Well, I'm usually out there.
Are you the rough one?
I just try and be fast so nobody catches me.
In the lecture, I hope to show how my life has improved since my accident. I'm now married and have 2 children. Life is different. It's better. I'm sure I'm not going to teach you to suck eggs in here because you've all been through your own problems. But if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. And I loved that saying, because I was like, yeah, because I had these crazy big dreams in my head and I was like, can I be the best water skier and skier in the world? Well, I don't know. How am I going to do it? Just seems so far away, them dreams, doesn't it, at times, when you're in this position. There's one question that I'm always asked.
What's next? What haven't you done? Scuba diving?
Yeah, I've done a little bit, but I
Didn't fancy that?
Yeah, it was all
It's
right.
not dangerous enough, is it?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like, when you have a curry and you start off, don't you? You start on your pasanders. You get a bit, you want a bit more. You go a bit spicier, and now you're like on the farls. You don't go there from day one, do you? You just get used to it along the way, simple stepping stones. And that's what life's about, jumping from them stepping stones, get a bit better all the time.